Cool. So just as we kind of begin to wrap up, there's the two questions that I ask everyone. And basically the first one, I think this actually a lot of people take a lot of value in, and it has its own section on my YouTube kind of channel. But for you, what's the best piece of advice you ever had?
Yeah. It was a question. It was, why are you sprinting when you're running a marathon?
Would you like to give some context and talk around it, or you can leave it at that? It's
yeah, the tiny bit of context that I'd give, because I like these things to be open to interpretation for people, but it's that thing of, if you're playing such a long game, why are you trying to do what you're going to do there?
Yeah.
Like, it's about being patient and about pacing yourself for there's no point setting up a business and burning yourself out in 6 weeks. It's about being able to adapt and go, actually, yeah, I'm building up my stamina here because I've only just set off. And it's something that we call on a lot, in that, yeah, everyone wants to be further ahead than they are, and everyone wants to get to the next level and things like that. But it's that thing of going, the signs are that we're going in the right direction. Let's not try and sprint, because if we're halfway through the race and we try and sprint here, we're not going to get to the end here. We're gonna collapse.
I think that's a really good one, because often, even from your support bodies in the region, they all want you to be at X level in 2 years' time and 20% growth and whatever. And almost that's what a lot of people champion and push for. But actually, you are completely correct. It's almost just knowing where you're at. And the running is a great example, because if you're in a 400-meter race and you start sprinting flat out or 100 meters, you're never going to make the finish. Or you are, but you're going to die off.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to use that. I think that's one that I'm going to process it, and almost, because I think sometimes you do put pressure on yourself to achieve this by then, and actually you don't need to. You can find your feet and just grow and evolve. And
and it's something that I'm still battling with. It's not like, I don't think you ever get over it, because you always get that eagerness and excitement to go, oh well, if we just do this, and you're like, but then when you get into it and you go, actually put it against this, yeah, we'll do it, but we'll do it at that point. But at least we've done the work on it, so it's not gone to waste. We'll just do it later.
I think it's a good shout. And one of the other questions that I ask is, if you were to give advice to your younger self, and you can pick whichever age you want, any period of your life, anything, what would it be and why?
It echoes a point we made earlier about not caring about what other people think, or not letting what other people think affect you, which is just to trust. I'd want to trust myself more sooner, because the second that I did that, the noise just outside just dissipated and went down, and it got really quiet in my head, which allowed me to focus on what I was about, what I could do, and rather than what other people's expectations of me were, or what like I should be doing. Because if you go on what you should be doing, then no one would ever do anything.
Yeah.
But if I could say, like, the young lad, I think about him quite a lot through this lockdown, who went back to college and all this type of thing. It's that thing of going, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. It's going to be tiring, and it's going to be exhausting, and you're going to be a very different person because of the things that you're going to have to do. But if you can trust what you're doing, like you already kind of are, because you've made a decision to which was pretty embarrassing, to go back to college. It was like, I've screwed up for 3 years and I'm going to go and do it again.
It's not embarrassing.
But I've got to get it right. A what?
I'm saying you might have felt that at the time, but now in hindsight, it's not embarrassing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it's almost, a lot of those times, like, imagine how much kind of guts it took to be the person to then choose to go back. It takes balls to even, the easy option would have been to not do it. So if anything, it showed good kind of character traits in that, early doors, that it's, but no, I think, just not being so hard on yourself, and just do what you want is the kind of truth of it. Just make yourself happy.
Yeah, my big thing at the minute is that just like life's too short to get hung up on nonsense, really. Like I'm already seeing now as my kids are growing up and things like that, where you're going up, going this period of time's gone, and you're like, well, it reflects back on your life and reading about this or that. Like, doesn't matter.